Listen, there's no bars that come to success and sacrifice. It might be your girlfriend, it might be your friends, it might be your mom, it might be your aunt, it might be your dad, and it's that serious to be successful because they might not have a vision that you have for your life, and it's so easy for you to listen to somebody give you negativity, and it creeps into your mind to where you feel you can't do it. And during those times is where you don't understand that you gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice that relationship. And I know it might sound harsh, and again, what do you want in your life? How do you want to live? What do you believe in? Because if you let somebody give you the opportunity, they'll set the cap on where they think you can be successful.
Hold your applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never know my time. So my focus lies in my work, which got me in overdrive. I can't break for a day. I'm in a maze of my mind, I can't make an escape.
Hey man, so we back with another episode of At Decoding Two Sides of the System. I'm your host, King Trey. First off, thank you so much for everybody who has tuned in and everybody who has supported me from the start. Your work and just your commitment to me and, seeing me grow and sticking with me has really meant a lot. And I want to thank all the new members that we have. Like I said, when I first started this channel, I wanted to create a family atmosphere. So all the new members of the family, all the new subscribers, I truly, truly appreciate you. Another thing, listen, if y'all want to connect one-on-one, please contact me. Comment, be different, or message me, send me an email, and I will get right to you and we can connect one-on-one. And I can help you with any mental health problem that you're going through. I want to tell y'all that you matter, for real. So listen, to start off this podcast, I'm going to start doing a lot more pods by myself and just giving that mental focus, that mental advice, and talk about things as far as people are going through in real life and give you those mental tools to lock in and handle that. But before I can do that, I got to break down my trauma with y'all, because all y'all seen from me is somebody that's traveling, somebody that's putting up these pods, and somebody that's committing his time, but also, connecting with different people. But I haven't really broke down my trauma to y'all and the ways that I think and how mentally I had to handle myself from the start to where I am now. And just breaking that down, the first topic we're going to talk about is breaking down my trauma. So with my trauma, I grew up as a baby, probably when I was 7-8 months old. My father passed. So I grew up in a single household without a dad. And it's a bunch of different things, especially when you're an African-American man, you don't have no dad. When you meet your mom go out or she have a boyfriend or something, you got like this itching thing or like you really mad at the world. Like I used to be really mad at the world and I didn't like nobody my mom talked to. Still to this day. I mean, that's just, I'm never going to feel like somebody good enough for my mom, and that's just how it is. But I do respect my mom and her choices and what she makes and, who she want to date or whatever. And that right there, for those young men out there that you don't have your dad around or your dad passed away, it's hard to see our mothers be with somebody, especially when those people might not respect your mother like you will want them to, or, they going through situations to where, you hear them arguing and you don't like that. And that stuff is hard. There's no coping mechanism for that. But one thing I would have to say is you got to take the mental mindset of loving your mom and respecting your mom and understanding that no matter how bad or what she's going through in your eyes, you got to talk to her, have a real conversation and see if that's how she feel in her eyes, because sometimes it's what you see you may not know. It might be a glimpse of, oh, they always arguing, but you don't know where those arguments are coming from. And you got to be, as a young man, especially respectful to your mom, because at the end of the day, that's your mother. You got to respect, and you got to not only respect, but trust your mother's decisions. And I think that's where a lot of problems situate in the household. You will have, these young men not respecting their mom, but they think that they're respecting their mom for stepping up. And it's a very thin line, but you gotta be able to manage your emotions and your feelings and be able to express yourself in a way that you're being understood and heard. And what I mean by that is that's coming as a young man to your mom and telling her how you feel, not going all off and going off on the man, going off on your mom and stuff like that. You're not being heard then. You're just being tolerated with, because now they're like, well, you talking to me like that, and it message up your message for what you was intentionally just trying to protect your parent. So again, losing my father, as I got older, I realized it more, because I feel like as a young man, I didn't really get it, because thankful for me, I had a bunch of family members and uncles that stepped up in that role and that I really looked up to as far as good men. So as I got older as a man and understand that, dang, my dad's not here, I played sports, I used to hoop. First off, can't none of y'all guard me. That's just whoever read this, you can't guard me. But I mean, reading this, listening to this. But either way it go, you can't guard me. But nah, man, not seeing my dad at games as I got older became like, I never talked about it, but it was very hurtful because I wanted that moment, and I would be praying to God, asking God, like, why would you do me like this? What did I do to say, we're going to put you on this road? And for a long time, that's how my mental mindset was, just thinking like, dang, God, why would you do me like this? But I started to shift that mindset and say, why not? Why not me go through these things? Why not me be able to be a man early and try to figure this stuff out and be able to be a generational breaker in my own family? So that's just the mindset that I had and just how I had to shift. But another thing was, during my basketball journey, I was playing basketball. I lived away in Oregon, and my family is from Louisiana. A situation happened where I lost my aunt, and that day, I'll never forget that day. And it is still like, I can break it down play by play, but I got a phone call from my little brother. Shout out to my little brother. And he told me that she passed, and I just, man, whenever he told me that, I said pass, like what do you mean? Like man, she gone. Like, and that phone call, I remember hanging up, and I remember driving to my crib, and man, when I got to my crib, I broke out in tears. And again, I'm receiving this information thousands of miles away. If you don't know the difference between Portland and Louisiana, you listening from a different country, it's far. Just having to deal with that alone, I had no immediate family close. And I just remember me laying in my room, and I was just sick. And I remember the words, I remember him, the pain he had in his voice, and I was just sick because I never really got a chance to talk. Like, my last encounter with my aunt, it wasn't a bad one. It just wasn't one that I could really take in and tell her how much she meant to me and how much I love her and how much she meant like me. Like, I didn't get that opportunity. And I learned that in life, you got to take advantage of the moments when you with the people that you love, because if you don't, then you get shortchanged and you don't get those moments back. But back to the story, man, I'm in my room, I'm in tears, and man, I was getting phone calls from all different type of family because they was checking on me. But every time the phone would ring, my heart started pounding. I realized that I was having panic attacks, because when you get a phone call like that you never got over the phone, it hits you way different. And I just remember being depressed, and I can't get up. I had a couple days before my flight, and I'm just in my room. I didn't go to class. I didn't really do nothing. And that was very just uncharacteristic for me, because I wasn't the best student, but I wasn't going to miss no class, because I knew, at the end of the day, like, I needed every little bit of ounce of energy and thought into passing and graduating school. Going through that moment, losing my aunt, being by my side, I really feel like that grew me up personally more as a man, because I was by myself. I had to handle these emotions. Shout out to my friends. A couple of my friends came over. My mom ended up getting in touch with them, and shout out to DJ. He took me somewhere. We chopped it up. I was hurt, but he was there. Shout out to my bro. But man, having to deal with that trauma after the funeral, you fly back home and you get a phone call and your heart is just beating. And as far as me, I was so just scared to answer the phone, because I didn't want it to be another call. Like, I didn't want to feel like that. And this is the time where my degree, I didn't start off in psychology, y'all. I started off in pharmacy. And Just to be honest, I was not doing everything I needed to do in school. And after this situation, I really, took into account mental health, and I did some therapy. And once I did the therapy, I fell in love with psychology and breaking down my trauma. That that is what led me into the mental health field and me getting my degree. And those days are days that I will never forget. And I'll never forget it because it shaped me to the man that I am today. This is before the decoding two sides of the system and things like that. And I want to tell anybody that if you are going through any mental health problems, if you are struggling with any mental health issues, just know that you matter and it matters. Don't matter whatever the problem is. And I would like to be the person to help you. If you're going through any mental health problems, I want you to go on any one of my posts of my page, any social media, and comment "Be Different." Whenever you comment "Be Different," I will DM you and we can set up a one-on-one meet for me to help you become whatever version of yourself you deem to fit. If you want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to continue to be great, if you want to take accountability, please contact me and I will help you on your journey to be whatever version you want to be. Be different. Going through loss. If you are going through loss and you don't really know how to handle your emotions, you drowning yourself in liquor or you doing these other different things, I want to tell you that therapy works and therapy matters. And therapy is a no judgment free zone that lets you be able to express your emotions no matter which way they come out. And I feel like that's a big thing because as we take loss and as we go through these traumas, we always get this thing in our minds to say nobody understands how I feel. But there are people out there that they may not understand it purely from where but they can understand those feelings that's boxed up, those feelings that's hard to come out. Nobody's ever gonna understand your story as you, but there are people that have the answers to help you within your story, and that's what psychology is. And I really want to just promote therapy and getting the help that you need in order to deal with loss and just pain and struggle. And that's something that we face every single day. That's something that people take for granted. But I want to tell you that facing my trauma head on, listening, and just having to go through those emotions of losing my aunt, that is what shaped me today. I don't know how to not be passionate. I don't know how to talk without my heart. This is me. This is what I had to go through. And I'm telling you, whatever problem you got, if you want to connect with me, we can get through it too. So, like I said, I got my one-on-ones. If you want to connect with me, please contact me. The next topic I want to talk about is chasing the greats and betting on yourself. Listen, there's no secret. I don't have what I want to have in this podcast game. I don't have no sponsors. I don't really have a content deal that I'm just very excited about. I don't have none of that. Man, I look at these people as far as the $1 million worth of game, Drink Champs, Joe Rogan, The Pivot, just all these different podcasts. I'm missing a bunch that I mess with. 85 South, Brilliant Minds, I think Modern Wisdom, just all these different pods. And for me, I want that. That's who I'm comparing myself to every day. And you got to have that mentality to chase the greats and believe in yourself. I don't really care about people that's just starting out and all that. Like I compare myself, I compare my numbers to everybody who on top. And that's where I am going to get to no matter what. So like everybody that's on top, I just want to let y'all know, like, yeah, I'm coming for real. Pause, but for real, for real. People don't understand the mentality that you got to have in order to be successful. And a lot of people might be looking at what I'm saying right now and they like, bro, it's levels. You never going to get there. And that's cool if that's how you think. But for me, that's who I'm comparing myself to. Let me tell you something. Whenever you compare yourself to the absolute best and you strive to be the absolute best every day, you're going to fall into success. And if you fall short, you're going to fall into success at a higher rate than what you would do to compare yourself around the people or the problems that's close to you or a business that's close to you that's small. Listen, a lot of people in life do that. They'll say, I'm a good person, but you comparing yourself around people that maybe are not even they best and the bar is low. But if you look at your hero, you look at where you want to be, you look at the lifestyle you want, and you don't compare it to that, then you selling yourself short. You're not opening your mind to the possibilities. And not only to the possibilities, you're being lazy on doing the work it takes to get there. And one thing about me is, and what I want you guys to understand, whatever you doing in life, strive to be the absolute best. Don't try to be the best around your area or in your family, or, oh, I'm the best when it comes to my girlfriend, friends, dudes, and all that. Listen, strive to be the absolute best. If you strive to be the absolute best, even if you don't get to the ultimate top, and you fall short, think about the level of where you're falling short to. You're falling short into not only a bunch of success, but into greatness, because a lot of people don't have the mental mindset to chase whoever is on top. And it's not a competition. I just want my business, my pod to be in the same conversation. Like, man, that is a great podcast by those people that's peers. But you got to chase that. You can't sit there and come in and think that you the best in your situation, and you surrounded by people that don't even want better for themselves. That don't make you good. That don't make you great. That makes you average. That makes you average in your thinking, average in what you think that you can accomplish. And that happens in a bunch of different areas. Like, if you sit there and you have a woman and you listen to your woman and as she talk about her friends and her friends' dudes, and you like, man, dang, like, these dudes is weird, they doing all this, and you looking at yourself, listen, she's giving you a dynamic of what her friends got. And yes, you may be the best one in the circle, or how you feel as far as handling things, and, oh, I would never do that. But then there's a level of where you want to be, the level of where you want to be able to do for your woman, do for your wife, take her on these trips, do that. There's people that's out there doing that. Compare yourself to that so you can continue to have a mindset to keep working. Don't sit there and be happy by feeling that you are better than some people that's around you. That don't even make sense. I mean, come on now, son. Man, next topic. To get something, you have to sacrifice something. I say that again. To get something, you have to sacrifice something. Listen, doing this podcast, and it hurts me today, just being completely honest. I've lost certain friendships that people that really mean a lot to me. But it was because of the early stages of pushing my business. They would ask me to do things and I would say no so much. It created a history and a balance to where we just don't spend that much time with each other, but how we used to. And I miss those times, if I'm being honest. I miss spending time with some of my friends like we used to. But I know in my heart what I've done. Whenever I first started this pod, I went all in. I wasn't really talking to my friends, and that created a bridge, a distance to where if they call me, man, he always busy, he always doing that. So now they don't hit me how they used to, and I understand it, and I don't take it personal, because I know that I invested my time into my business and I'm giving everything to make this work. I don't have no plan B with this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna either succeed or I'm gonna die. People may say, man, that is crazy, like, you thinking like this. But no, for me, that's how I'm thinking. I'm going to give it everything. I don't want no plan B. Plan A, A, B, A, C, A, D. This is my plan. And that's just what it is. And I had to sacrifice people that mean the most to me. And that's the problem with some people. Listen, if you out there, you might have to sacrifice relationships with the people you love the most. Listen, I'm talking, there's no bars that come to success and sacrifice. It might be your girlfriend, it might be your friends, it might be your mom, it might be your aunt, it might be your dad. And it's that serious to be successful, because they might not have a vision that you have for your life. And it's so easy for you to listen to somebody give you negativity, and it creeps into your mind to where you feel you can't do it. And during those times is where you don't understand that you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice that relationship. And I know it might sound harsh. And again, what do you want in your life? How do you want to live? What do you believe in? Because if you let somebody give you the opportunity, they'll set the cap on where they think you can be successful. You know, that's why some parents say, oh, you want to do this, huh? Yeah, but you need to do this. Or, man, is that going? And listen, I love my mom. This is the truth. I love my mom. My mom has no idea what I'm chasing, and she supports me. My mom has always supported me, but it's another thing of supporting and just believing and just giving you that confidence. She doesn't know what this is. She don't know what I'm doing. But I got the mental mindset to say it is what it is. I'm going for this regardless. And I love you, Mom, but I have a plan on how I want my life. And that's what you guys got to have. You guys got to have a plan on what you want to do with your life. And you got to be willing to sacrifice. That's going out. That's maybe you can't drink. Maybe you can't go watch all the football games. Maybe you can't go watch all the basketball games. Maybe you can't go out with friends. Maybe you can't go to the bar and stuff every night. But if you put in that time to really invest into yourself and you start seeing the dividends and you start seeing yourself knock down these goals and these doors, that's what it's about. That's why the sacrifices matter, because you're sacrificing for your dreams. You're sacrificing for your life. When we talk about a lifestyle and how you want your life to be, it comes with sacrifice, no matter how small or big you want to put it. If you work right now, you working 50 hours, you sacrificing that time with your family. You got to go to work. You got to be able to provide. So you're going to sacrifice in any part of your life. I want y'all to know that, but also have the clarity to know that you're sacrificing for a bigger reason. And sometimes that reason is not going to seem all clear to you. It's like sometimes you're going to want to quit. Sometimes you're going to question yourself. Sometimes you're going to be thinking like, man, I should just go and just make it easy. But living easy is not going to ever get you the life that you want to. Playing it safe, you're going to have a safe life. You see examples of that in the older generation of people that said that they wanted to do things and they didn't do it. So, guys, whenever you're out there, women, whoever's listening to this, whenever you're out there and you're chasing anything, if you're going to school away from home, you're going to do anything to chase your dreams, know that sacrifice come with that. Friends come and go. Sometimes family even come and go. You might argue with a family member, don't talk to them for years, then they come back. But you got to be willing to take those sacrifices to better yourself, because at the end of the day, yourself matters on how you feel every single day. If you doing something, you working a job that you hate, that's okay, because you're doing that for a reason to do better and invest into your dream. Then do that. Start that. Don't wait. Be different. Be different and chase your dreams. Be different and start creating those alleyways and take those sacrifices, and know that on your journey to sacrifice is going to be hard. Accept that. It's not going to be easy. Accept it. So whenever you're in those moments, you can tell yourself, this is exactly where I knew I would be. But I know that I'm making progress because I'm in those moments. See, a lot of people think that those tough moments take you back. Those tough moments showing that you're going forward. Whenever you take a loss, whenever you stumble, that means that you're trying and you're moving forward. All that is teaching you a lesson to move forward. I don't look at losses as losses. Listen, losses to me equal learning lessons. If I lose, I'm going to learn how to win. Next topic. I don't get into the he say, she say. I say that I'm going to be great. I'm going to say that again. I don't get caught up into the he say or she say. I say that I'm going to be great. And if you out there have the mental mindset to not listen to the friends with the negativity, to not listen to your family with the negativity, to not listen to your parents with the negativity, your coaches, your teacher. Because everybody have an opinion about your life, but they don't understand what's inside of you and what you want to accomplish. It's easy for a parent to say, oh, well, baby, I don't know, that sounds hard, but they don't know how you feel every night when you go to sleep. They don't know when you look at these videos of these trips and things, how that makes you feel, how much you want to go, that fire, so you can't be worried about he say or she say. You got to say, I'm going to be great. And that's my mental mindset every single day. I will never let a woman, no girlfriend, no friend, no parent, no aunt, no uncle, no niece, no nephew, however you want to slice it. Tell me what I'm not going to be. I know what I'm going to be. Ain't no he say, she say. I'm going to be great. And that's the opportunity that you have every single day. You have an opportunity to be great. Everybody who's won in life was at the bottom. And we all wake up the same. So if you want to be great, take the initiative. You tell yourself what you're going to do. Don't worry about these other people, your grandparents or whatever. Listen, everybody has an opinion on your life. Everybody will have an opinion on what they feel you can accomplish. But the question is, what do you feel you can accomplish? That gotta be greatness. You great. Be different. Be great. Next topic. Listen, the goal is consistency, not perfection. I'll say that again. The goal is consistency and not perfection. No matter what you do in life, you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to handle every situation perfect. You're never going to have the perfect answer. It's hard to strive for perfection every single day, knowing that you're going to get everything right, 100% right. But you can manage yourself on consistency, showing up every day. Perfection is doing the right thing and hitting 100%. That's hard to judge, depending on the advice you give and all that. But one thing you can do is consistently be there. Wake up consistent. Get up consistent and do what you need to do. Be the person you need to do. If you someone out there and you struggling with addiction and you going through things, be consistent to going to those meetings. Be consistent to going through therapy. Be consistent on relaying how you feel to the people that care about you. You can be consistent every day. You don't have to be perfect. If you're consistent and you strive to be perfect every day, you're going to get better. If you manage yourself on being perfect every day and you don't hit that mark to where you feel you perfect, or you looking at other people and they not telling you that you perfect, then your mentality, how you feel, is just gonna fall straight down. And that's hard to manage, but you can manage. Oh, okay, I did everything I said I was gonna do today. Oh, I did it 2 days in a row. I did it 3 days in a row. You can chase consistency. Chase consistency, and that will become your perfection. Your perfection will come within your consistency. Don't try to be perfect without consistency, because it doesn't work. So again, if you out there, you going in and you're in a relationship and your relationship ain't perfect, chase the consistency and working on the things and the tools to better yourself to make it as perfect as it can be consistently. If you someone out there that's chasing sports and you know you need to train, you probably not going to train your best every single day. You're not going to have that energy. But if you're consistently every day hitting that gym, doing the things that you need to do, that's where perfection comes. Next topic. The importance of having a plan, then executing it. If you're someone out there and you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to get a better job, or you're trying to work on your relationships with your parents, or you're going through a situation with your baby daddy, baby mama, or you're divorced or whatever, listen, it's very important to have a plan and then execute it. Whenever you look at your situation that you are in life, no matter if you're going through any of these things, when you take a step back and you sit there and you say, I need a plan on how I'm going to attack this. Once you write out your plan, if it's in a relationship, if it's in sports, if it's in just people, you gotta do the work for yourself. And that's creating the plan. Once you create the plan, that will give you the best opportunity to succeed in any of those areas that I just named. Now, once you get the plan, it's on you to be consistent on sticking to your word on the plan. So once you write out that plan, it's on you to execute it. It's not on anybody else. It's on you. And the importance of having a plan is you can self-manage yourself. See, that comes with self-accountability. That comes with self-trust. That comes with self-equity, because you're putting everything into yourself. So whenever you have a plan, you can manage and tell yourself, am I doing everything that I said I was going to do within my plan? And if you create the right plan and you sit there and you get to a point to where you're doing those things consistently, that means you're going to be successful in those relationships, because in relationships, when you're trying to build, people look at the consistency of you saying that you're going to do what you say. For instance, if you a man in the house and you wondering why your woman, she ain't giving it up, or she not cooking for you, or she not being the submissive woman that you thought that she would be or she was at the start, it's because maybe you told her you was going to do something and you haven't been consistent at doing that. Vice versa to the woman. Listen, if you tell somebody something, we all do it. We hold them for their word. And if they don't do what they saying that they gonna do, or you don't see the progress, then they don't respect what you saying. And that starts to leak in other areas within the life to where the respect comes down. Now, I want to be specific when I say how important it is to not only create a plan but hold yourself accountable. There should never be a person on earth that can tell you something about yourself that you haven't said first. If you say, oh, I'm gonna lose this weight, and 2-3 months come by and you ain't even been in the gym, there should not be somebody telling you, oh, you ain't been in the gym, then you emotionally attach and you get mad because this person is reminding you of things that you said. No, you gotta take accountability, self-accountability on you not following your plan. And it's important to follow your plan, because when people see you being consistent every single day, naturally they feel like, I gotta be consistent. I need to get me a plan. I need to continue to get, because now you're leading. You see, whenever you start leading and you hold yourself accountable, people looking at themselves like, dang, like if you hitting the gym every day, you dropping weight. If your significant other ain't looking at that like, dang, I need to get in the gym, then that might not just be the partner for you. That might not be the person, because they're not willing to do the work that you're willing to do. That's when people outgrow. Is when one person is doing work and another person is not being consistent at doing the work that they said that they was going to do. Next topic. This one is kind of emotional for me, because I know and I have met some people that have been in these situations. But this goes to the men that's out there that's in that gym and they working hard and they pushing themselves, but they're fighting their demons, they're fighting their trauma, they're fighting their depression, and they feel like the gym and them just killing themselves in the gym is their only release and only way to cope with themselves. I'm talking about people that's having suicidal thoughts and they're just in the gym and they're just trying to just mentally just work out as hard as they can and stay in there, because they scared to open up. They scared to talk about their pain. They scared to talk about their trauma. And I just want to say to those people out there, it's okay to connect with people. It's okay to talk to a therapist. It's okay to, if you want to, connect with me, because at the end of the day, you do matter. And you matter not only in parts to people that might not show you every day or might not talk to you about it every day, or people that you might not even understand want to be there for you, but you don't even give them the opportunity or the bridge to let them help you. And with those situations, we have so many guys out there, so many men that they fight, they're going through things. They're not the men that they said that they was going to be at a younger age. They don't have the money. They can't do the things. They probably not driving the cars that they wanted. They just feel like they lost in life and feel like they're nothing in life. And that's not true. Everybody is a hero if you're on earth. If you're on earth and you're living and you're able to do things, you're a hero, because there's a bunch of people that we see every day that lose their lives. There's a bunch of people that are living a life that you feel like, oh my God, I want that. And they're not happy mentally. They're struggling. So, those people that's at the gym and the people that's going through things, you matter. And I just definitely, shout out to all the people that's going through depression, going through suicidal thoughts, going through trauma. And I just want to say that, listen, if you don't have nobody to talk to, please email me. Prayers for y'all. And I hope that on your journey to find your self-worth, that it doesn't end tragically with you, taking your own life or things like that. I hope that you take the initiative and be strong enough and chase the unknown, chase that vulnerability into expressing yourself to the people that you love, and tell them how much you're struggling, and tell them how much you need help and you need therapy and things like that. And if they don't take it serious, go for yourself. Find your own. Do your own.
It's your boy King Trey here with that Decoding Two Sides of the System. Listen, if you are going through any mental health problems, if you are struggling with any mental health issues, just know that you matter, and it matters. Don't matter whatever the problem is, and I would like to be the person to help you. If you're going through any mental health problems, I want you to go on any one of my posts on my page, any social media, and comment "Be Different." Whenever you comment "Be Different," I will DM you and we can set up a one-on-one meet for me to help you become whatever version of yourself you deem to fit. If you want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to continue to be great, if you want to take accountability, please contact me and I will help you on your journey to be whatever version you want to be. Be different.
Watching this movie, man, it's a Batman quote, but he says, "Why do we fall, Bruce?" He says, "To know what it takes to get back up." I want to tell everybody out there that's going through struggle, that lost their jobs or lost relationships, or they just don't feel at whole. Why do you fall? Why does it hurt so much? It's because God is teaching you something. This topic is doing the little things that you know you have to do are the only way that you're going to be successful. And what I mean by that is when you're doing those little things every day, that's like your bricks. And Will Smith had a great quote. He said, "How do you build a wall?" Everybody was saying, "Oh, well, if you had this and you had that." They said, no. You build a wall by using one brick at a time. And what people don't understand is the little things that you know you have to do is what make you successful. And what I mean by that is if you know you got to go to the gym, you know you got to eat right, those little things of you just doing that, just, oh, nah, I'm going to just eat right and I'm going to stay consistent at the gym. That will get you better within your success, within your job, because now you're holding yourself accountable. And before we get to any big goal, there are steps that we have to take. And we live in a time today to where everybody want to skip the steps. Everybody want to go just to level 10. They don't want to go to level 1. Then do what it takes to get to level 1, get to level 2, then get to level 3. People think that you can just skip steps, but you got to lay a brick every day. And God, and not only God, but you know the little things that you have to do. Stop taking those things for granted. Do the little things so that whenever the big thing comes, you're already ready for that. Pause, but seriously, there's a process before you get everything that you want. For instance, if you at a job and you want to move up, the process is where you are at now, working those years, doing all this hard work for an opportunity to grow in the company and go do something else. So within the podcast game, listen, there's a whole bunch of things that come behind the scenes. I had to learn how to write episodes, finding an editor, finding a cameraman, learning how to connect with people, learning how to make it as easy as possible, taking time out of my day, sacrificing time with my friends and the people that I love, missing phone calls, not mentally being able to be on the phone because I'm going through so much things behind the scenes. Listen, that's steps in order that I had to take to get me and my page to where it's at now. If you coming in new and you looking at it like, oh my God, like he has this, listen, there's a whole process that I had to do, a process that I'm still fighting to this day in order to be successful. So the only thing that helped me was laying a brick every single day and doing the little things. Those little things created great habits. Whenever you create great habits, now you're ready to perfect any craft because you have the habits in order to be successful. And most people want the success without having great habits. If you don't have great habits, your success is going to be short-lived. Think about artists, people that done blew up with songs and they was working hard. They got that one song, but they didn't have great habits of being successful. And that's the only thing that they ever had. So you got to be cautious and do the little things and don't take the little things for granted. Don't take the little things for granted in a relationship. Whenever your woman says, oh, I just like if you clean the house. If that's a little thing there, clean the house. Because that little thing that you may not think that's big to her, and that will help y'all elevate. So never take the little things for granted. Be different, lay you a brick every day, and be successful. Decoding the Real by myself. Listen, this podcast has been something that I haven't done. I haven't shot a podcast by myself in my crib since episode 1. And it's been a hard day. It took me literally 5 to 6 hours to shoot this pod, which is probably going to end up being only 37, 38 minutes at the end, maybe 40, maybe. And I just want to say that for myself and just to you guys, that is what comes behind the scenes of this. It's not just I turn on the camera and I just go. It took me 5 to 6 hours to even get this done. And that's what you got to be willing to do. That's a whole day. So last but not least, the one-on-one connecting. Listen, I say it again. If you have any mental health problem, any mental health issue, if you just need someone to talk to, need advice as far as life coaching, whatever, please DM me at any one of these socials. I'm going to have them up. Any one of them. DM me, be different. I'll contact you and we can connect one-on-one. Listen, I appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel. I mean, every single person. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there. Thank you for the good. Thank you for the bad. Thank you for the good comments, bad comments, whatever. And we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get bigger. And I'll have a bunch more of these informational pods that I'm about to start doing out now. I'm going to tap into relationships, to marriages, to friendships, to, man, everything. But a lot of more of these pods are coming soon. I got some travel content pods. I'm going to be pulling up on people live on location. Crazy, great pods coming, and I can't wait to share with you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you again, and I appreciate you. Y'all know the motto, man. Be different.
Hold your applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never